What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. This is Web Dev Journey, and in today's video we're going to be finishing this series. We're going to actually be implementing that WebRTC component and using it and then streaming us live. All right, now before I get into that, I do want to talk about the actual component itself, the Vue WebRTC, the one we're using. Okay, now this component is very simple to use, right? You have your props, and you can see the demo right here. You could add props to this, to the component right here, room ID. You could add autoplay right here to true, false, whatever you want. These are the props that you could add to this component. Now, the methods, these are things that we're going to call automatically. So once we want a person to join, we're going to actually call the join method, right? We want a person to leave, we're going to call the leave method. Now, these methods do have events tied to them, obviously. So once you join, the joined room event triggers as well. And you're going to see that in the methods right here, you don't really pass any parameters inside of it, but you do get parameters over here. So for instance, if you hit the join method, obviously you don't pass any parameters in here, but in the events, in the join method, you actually get a video parameter. You get a video parameter, right? In the left room, you get the video ID, all that, bada bing, bada boom, right? All that stuff, right? So that's what we're going to be doing right now. I just wanted to clear up, like, what are all these things? And by the way, this demo that they have right here, if you click on the demo, this right here, where you could actually join, allow, and you're gonna see my little monkey. Well, that's not my monkey, that's my monitor, my monkey right there, right? This demo right here, it's actually right here. If you go on top, this demo right here, demo, source, main.view. This is literally the demo itself right here. And you could even see like what's going on here. So you can see that he's using the Vue, obviously his own component, and he passed in some parameters. And you're going to see that we're going to be using some of the same stuff he's been using, right? But basically, when they click on this button to join, is going to click on join method. So on join method down here, you're going to see that, hey, we're actually just doing the method join, right? And he's using the refs.webrtc, which is right here, ref WebRTC. So he's just doing a method joining, the join method to this component right here. And then once that triggers, remember, it calls the event of joined room, and all it does is log the event. And you'll see more of that into play, but I just wanted you to know that. I just wanted you to know where you could find that demo. It's actually very, very easy, right? So here's the demo, here's the actual build and all that stuff. So let's just get right into it. First of all, let's go to my wiki. Okay, so right here we do have some video styles. Just copy this, and let's go back and then just add it to your styles in the chat. So in chat, just add it to styles. This is going to like make it a little bit nicer looking. It's not going to be over bloated and like big and whatnot. It's just nice. You don't have to do that. Obviously, you could create your own styles if you really wanted to, but hey. All right, now it's time to use WebRTC, right? So first things first, we do need to include that. I think I've already included it, right? Yeah, we've already imported it. Did we do this? I'm not too sure. Or was this done when I was messing around with this? I think it was done. But anyways, we do need to import WebRTC. Remember, we're using that Vue WebRTC, so just import it. And we're also using socket.io. I forgot to mention that in the previous videos. We are using socket.io. This does use that, so just import it as so, like import everything as io from socket.io-client. Honestly, guys, I would literally just pull everything that I have from GitHub, so that way you don't have to worry about these things, right? Also, we're tying the IO to the window, and we're also telling Vue to, hey, we're going to be using the WebRTC, and that's pretty much it for the main. All right, so in main.js, do all this. Now, going back, I'm sorry if I did this without you guys, but going back, all right, now in here, this is where we're going to start using that component, and it's very simple to use. So go up above right here. So right here, this div line 10, if you're following me, I guess, column medium 8 right here, this is where we're going to add that component. So right here, we're going to say Vue dash WebRTC. and we're going to close it right there. And like I said, we are going to be calling this every time you want to do the join or leave methods. We're going to be referencing this component. So what I'm going to do is just give it a ref, and we're going to call it WebRTC. Now we're going to do a couple more things in here. Let's just make this a little bit nicer to look at. All right, so we're going to have width of is going to equal 100%. And then down below, we're going to tie the room ID to this. So room ID, or ID, is going to equal room ID, right? Also, like I said, we want to tie events to this, right? So once a method is triggered, events are also triggered, and we want this component to watch for those events. So what I'm gonna say is v-on. Basically, this is just saying, hey, watch for the joined dash room event, right? And we're gonna say that, set that equal to a method that we're gonna create later on. Do 10d joined. Okay, and we're gonna actually do this for, let me get rid of this. We're gonna do this for v-on left room. Okay, over here, left room, and we're gonna say do a 10d left. Now these right here, these are events. These are actual events. If you go back to the RTC view RTC right here, the events, see, these are events. So we're just watching for joined room and left room. Okay, those are the events that we're watching for. So we're basically telling our code, hey, watch for the join room event, and then once that event triggers, do this method right here. Same for left room. Once this event triggers, do this method right here. Okay, so right here in the join leave, there are some things that we want to make it conditional, right? So we only want this, so I'm saying EVF, we only want the join button to show if there is no, the attendee has not joined yet. Attendee joined. Remember, that's a I'm just copy it. That's right here. Where is it at? Oh, we haven't even created it. See what I mean? I'm getting ahead of myself. But basically, we're going to be creating a variable called attendee joined, and this is going to be a true false boolean, right? This is going to be a boolean. Also, we want to make sure that they were actually approved. So attendee, and this is one we actually do have, attendee approved. Where is it at? Right here. So in order for them to hit that, to show this button, they have to be approved, and they shouldn't be joined yet, right? That's the join button to actually start streaming. Now the button to leave is, well, it's kind of the opposite, right? And that's literally just this part right here. I'm gonna copy this. So if the attendee did join, then we want them to show the leave button, so that way they could leave, right? If you don't want them to leave, you want them to stay there, well, obviously you would just say not, but we want them to leave, and that's where it is. All right, so obviously, well, not obviously, but right here in this button, we do have to create a method. So once they click that button, like I showed you in that demo, or the view RTC's demo, once they click this button, we want to activate the join method. So what I'm gonna do here is, I might actually make this into a new line. So right here, I'm gonna say at click, we want to call a method, say do join, right? Let me copy this, because once they leave, we want to do another method, and that's going to be do leave, right? Paste, and this is going to be do leave. All right, now let's start coding some of these things, right? So we're gonna do the do join and then do leave first of all. So down below, all the way down below, right under delete attendee, right here, this is where I'm gonna do the do join. Okay, so we're gonna have a do join method, and this is going to be a function. and no parameters. Remember that there are no parameters here. And basically this is what we're going to do. This dot, we're going to get that component. So we're going to use the refs dot WebRTC dot join. And that's basically all you have to do, right? To join, to start streaming, right? To join. Also, we're going to make, well, first of all, we do need to have that variable. Remember, we're going to have the variable attendee joined. And we're going to make that equal to false. I keep on misspelling false. Anyways, now once they join, we do want to make that, what's it called? This dot attendee joined. We want to make that equal to true. True. All right, we're going to do the exact same thing. It's basically the same thing for do leave. Let me make this mic a little bit more up so that way it doesn't, I don't keep on hitting it. So do leave. Do leave is going to call the leave method. Remember, these are methods. Let me actually show you one more time. I'm sorry if I keep on going back. These are just methods. The join method, the leave method, and you can also capture and share screen. Like I said, everything is right here in this demo. The source main.view. You're gonna see that, hey, if they want to capture a photo, they're doing a @click on capture, and down below on capture is basically just this, right? They're storing this image, this dot image, which is null, and they're storing that with the capture that this component does. So you could basically just look at this and just kind of figure it out what to do. It's very, very simple, like I said. But anyways, yeah, we're just doing these methods right now. Let's go back over here. And we're going to set this to false. So once they leave, we also want to set that to false. Now, this is very optional. You do not have to do this, but remember we have these events triggered and we're watching for them. You could actually create methods for those. I swear to God, those scam likely calls. I hate those. Anyways, you could create messages or custom methods for those events. So for instance, let's do this one. Do attendee joined, right? So for this one, I want to create a method that's going to store the WebRTC ID. It does give you an ID back. It gives you a WebRTC ID, and I want to store that into our database. So what I could do here, and just to show you over here, the event that I'm trying to do is joined room, right? It's going to give you the video. It's the video ID, the video.id, right? It's going to give you that back, and you could do stuff with that if you wanted to. Like I said, we're going to be storing it into the database. So once this event happens, what I want is to store it in the database. So right here, remember, we are getting that video ID back. So what I'm gonna do is just name it to join ID, and we could do some stuff, right? And by the way, you don't have to, for these methods, you don't really have to put this function here. You could literally just call it like this and be done with it, like that, right? So anyways, right here, what we want to do, like I said, we want to save it into the database. So I'm going to create a const ref because it's going to be a long thing. So ref is going to equal db.collection. You already know, users. And then I'm going to just doc, and we're going to grab this .uid, or sorry, this .host, because we got to go all the way to the attendees. So this .host ID .collection, and we're going to go to the rooms collection, and then .doc. We're going to grab this .room ID, that room, that specific room, and then .collection. Dude, it's very annoying, right? And then it's going to be the attendees, right? Attendees, yeah, attendees collection, and then doc. This is where we're going to grab that specific user, this .uid, and then what we want to do, that's my reference. So what I'm going to do is just say ref.update, because we want to, we want to update that collection, right? We want to update that document. So ref.update, and we want to update that doc so that way it has the WebRTC ID. So I'm gonna just call this property WebRTC. Well, WebRTC ID. We're gonna set that equal to the join ID, right? The thing that we got back right here. Now this is just one method. Now let's do the other method, which was where is it at? Do attendee left. So once they leave, let's do this. So what's right here? And honestly, it's going to be exactly the same thing as this. So what I'm gonna do is just copy this, copy it, paste it, and yes, you do get a I'm gonna just say left ID. You do get a left ID, but what I want to do is just set the WebRTC ID to null. But I'm just letting you know that you do get an ID back, but we're just setting it to null for right now. If you want to do something with the ID, feel free to do something with it, but I don't know what to do with it, so I'm just leaving it to null. Control save this. Now that we have this, what I want to do now is actually just push that to the arrays. Remember, we do have those arrays being pushed. So right here, these two right here. So this one, Control D. So these two right here, what I'm gonna do is just say we're gonna give it the WebRTC ID, and we're gonna set that equal to attendee. Is it attendee? Yeah, attendee.doc yes .data, and we're gonna just grab that, the WebRTC ID. There we go, and that's pretty much it. Control save this. And let's give this a shot, shall we? So let's open up my chat app. I'm gonna have calling all weebs. I'm gonna say Weeb King. Check in. Okay, let me add myself. And I'm gonna join. And yes, we do have a video streaming right there, as you see. This is real live, guys. I'm not joking, all right? All right, so now what I'm gonna do is actually open up another browser. And all I did was incognito. So it's still Chrome, but I did incognito. I'm gonna at bro.com. And I think my password is that, whatever that is. And I'm gonna try to get into this room. So I'm gonna just copy all of this, paste it in here, hit enter, and there we go. Broweeb. Check in. I got him pending, so I'm gonna add him, and then we're going to join. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna hit join, yes, allow, and there we go. We got two. We're joining now. Our guys are talking to each other. They're happy to see. They're saying what's up, you know, all that. Chest. All right, so we're actually done now. This, like I said, this is a very, very simple thing to do. Now, what I want to do is this is optional, but I just want to clean this up just a bit. So once they're actually streaming, I want this icon to turn green, so that way they know they're streaming, right? So I'm gonna leave, and that's very, very simple. So up above, where's that icon at? It's the podcast icon. So Control F, pod. There it is. This pod icon, right? Podcast icon. So right here in this band, what I'm gonna do is just make it a. Why is my keyboard Spanish? Let's go to English. What I'm gonna do is bind a class, and we're gonna make it conditional, right? So basically, what I'm gonna say right here. Remember, we're grabbing the attendee right here. So what I'm gonna say, attendee dot WebRTC. Remember, we gave it that WebRTC ID. So if they do have that property of WebRTC ID, if they do have that property, what I want to do is add the class of text success, which is going to make it green, right? Now, if they don't, well, we're going to just do text secondary, which is going to make it gray. That is basically it, right? So if I control save this and then go back to our application, let's go to both of them. So if I join, but it's not joining. Why not? It's not being green. Why isn't it being green? Inspect. Where's that span? Right here. Wait. It's okay. First of all, I spelled it wrong. It's supposed to be secondary. And do I not have my WebRTC? Control D. Okay, I should have my WebRTC. So why don't I have it? Let me go back to my application. See, it's grayed out, but okay, let's go to our Firestore, our Firebase, I mean. And it's a video chat app. Let's go to real-time database. Oh no, sorry, Cloud Firestore, not real-time database. Where's that user? Calling all weebs. All right, so it's not giving me that. Where is it at? Right here. So leave. All right. Okay. Why isn't it giving it to me? Oh, I see. It's this.user.uid. Can you believe that? This.user.uid. Control save. All right, let's try it out one more time. Here we go. We're gonna join. Wait, not bro. Weeb. Oh my god. Honestly. Oh, it's null. Okay. Wait. What just happened there? Let me join. Honestly, I do not know what's going on. I'm pretty sure if I look at it, if my video is still running. Yep. All right. So, anyways, I'm pretty sure if I look at it long enough, I'll figure it out. But you know what? I'll give you that challenge, guys. Make it work. Something's wrong, obviously, but make it work. But that's pretty much it, guys. Now you have a full functional chat application right there, and I could join. Make sure to mute all these things. There you go. So, you know, and by the way, guys, let me actually go back. Right here, you could actually add enable audio to true. You could actually pass this as a prop, you know, enable video, you know, so if you don't want audio for anybody at the very beginning, once they join, start streaming, you don't want that audio, you could set this to false and there wouldn't be any audio. It'll be muted automatically, which is pretty cool, right? Anyways, that was it, guys. It was very, very quick. I think it was quick, but thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you for watching this series. I hope you like this series and I hope you do more things to it. If you do more things to it, please, guys, leave a comment down below on your GitHub repository and I want to check it out. I really want to check out what you've been doing, guys, with these things. All right. So I would really appreciate if you left a comment down below of your GitHub or like what you've done differently. And then maybe I'll make another video on like what people have done with this. It's pretty cool what people can do with these things. But yeah, let me know, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video or in the next series, actually. Thanks. Bye.